about hockey. Two bald guys and they're talking 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 about hockey. And they're bald. And there's hockey. Hockey. Hockey.
Did they go to an actual rink to record this, or did they just
I
take
believe
somebody else's?
that is the Richmond Arena in Richmond, Ontario.
It could be.
So when all the Two Bald Guys fans do their annual trip, they should make a stop at the Richmond Arena in Richmond, Ontario, which isn't too far from you, I would imagine.
Nope. It's about 20 minutes away.
Yep. Okay. So, Jean, you can talk for a little bit while I tell everybody we're doing this live and post the links and everything. But, yay, everybody, we're here.
Yay. So you're doing this right now. So I'm just going to go through the standings quickly for the league and see if there's any major changes. Buffalo's still at the top of the Atlantic. Tampa Bay going strong still. They had a good start last year, so I wonder if they're going to be able to hold on and continue to stay in the playoffs this year as well. They have a lot of prospects coming up, so I don't think he's going to trade away his prospects to try to win this year, but we'll see if he's going to stay there. Ottawa Senators third in the division, and Boston
with
Bruins
less games played too.
Yes.
So,
and
although
Boston
full
Bruins,
credit to Tampa Bay, man, full credit to Tampa Bay.
Close out the wild card for the Atlantic, and Boston's made a few trades, so they should be better with the trades they've made. Then there's the rest of it, and then
I'm going to bail you out a little bit here with the actual
Metro.
It's not quite as dry. There we go.
And New Jersey and Philly, as expected and as we predicted. Pittsburgh and the Rangers. Can't believe the Pittsburgh and the Rangers are 3-4 in the Metro Division, and we're like 10 games in. Well, 8 to 10 games in. The Islanders
are still there.
Hi?
The Rangers are still there. The Islanders are not.
And by the way, there's one of our listeners that was that mentioned in a post this week that or last week that nobody talks about the Rangers. Well, I don't know what he's listening to, because I predicted that the Rangers were going to have a better season than anybody expected. And on our last show, we talked about how the Rangers were doing better than expected. So there we go. We've talked about the Rangers and the Penguins. Islanders and Carolina are major disappointments so far this year. I don't know what's going on. Those two GMs are going to have to shake things up. And the Central, we have the St. Louis Blues. Okay.
Still.
It's not like 7-1-1.
I'm hoping they cool off in my next game because I'm up against them.
So I don't understand. Is Austin Matthews because they have 5 good players, pretty much, right? Maybe 6 or 7. There's no depth on that team. So it's all about their first line and their top pairing defenseman. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well,
so I don't understand. And Winnipeg and Minnesota still at the bottom of the division with the Stars. Completely shocked about that. It's like if you took the division and turned it upside down like an hourglass,
it would make sense.
That would make more sense than it does right now.
Yeah.
So And then and Utah just acquired the much traveled Cole Caufield. I don't
Well,
understand how come he
we
gets traded.
we are going to talk about that a little bit later on.
I don't understand why he gets traded by everybody. And
I don't
then
know.
A division that is not dominating, but should be dominating, but it's competitive with 5 teams within 1 point of each other. With Calgary, Vegas, Edmonton. What is Edmonton doing there? Like,
Don't know.
I
I
thought
don't know. I don't know.
in my like I had Washington, Edmonton, and St. Louis uh, competing for the bottom of the division, bottom of the league, not even
You
the
had
bottom.
Vancouver. You had Vancouver going to the finals.
Yes, and I think they're second last in the league.
Yes, they are.
I don't know what's going on. Might have to
It
fire
just
that
tells you
GM.
how much we know.
I know, eh?
Okay. So
So
what we wanted to talk about tonight, start off, gang, was just an interesting. We're going to do a short show tonight because 49ers are playing and the Senators are playing, and I'm a big baby who needs to go to bed early tonight. I mean, the Lions won today, which it wasn't just a win. It was just a wow.
they destroyed Tennessee.
I am so used to the Lions being on the other side of the house that it's like, wow, wow.
Usually the Lions are the ones getting destroyed for the
Yeah.
last 25
Oh my
years.
God. Yeah, years, years. The stat was at halftime. It's the first time the Lions have scored 35 points and a half since 1970. And I looked at my wife and said, it's a pretty safe bet that I've never seen them do it then. Because
And
I've
you
been
know,
watching them since just after 1970.
and did you know that did you see Goff had less than 100 yards passing in the first half?
I did. And he was like 7 for 9.
Yeah.
But the, it, they do it like because teams still try to think they're going to pass all the time and leave all this room up the middle for these runs. And it's like, you can't, like, I hopefully they won't figure the Lions out for the playoffs. But
But
I mean,
I I don't
Goff's
know.
playing great this year. Like, he's playing great. And if
And
he's had a game where he didn't, I think I saw a stat that he's got more touchdown passes than incomplete passes at one point this season, which is insane.
like his completion percentage is like high 70s, eh? For the year.
Ridiculous. And I mean, this is as a Lions fan, it's all a dream come true.
It's well overdue and deserved that you still a Lions fan since the 70s.
Since Eric Hipple and Gary Danielson were quarterbacks. And right now, a lot of people are Googling because to see
Who those
true,
guys are.
true, like Eric Hipple.
And Gary
Wow.
Danielson, who
Gary
was
Dan.
on of Survivor fame.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't know. I didn't know that. I wasn't just making up a name. Like he was a
Gary
Lions
Danielson.
quarterback in like 1980, 1970. Like I can't remember the exact year, but
Yeah,
I was just a little kid. Like, so,
and he was on Survivor. Don't
so,
ask me when. I just know I used to watch it.
okay. Well, getting back on topic, we wanted to talk about the Jacob Trouba hit. Actually, I wanted to, and I talked John into it. I wanted to talk about the Jacob Trouba hit on Justin Barron because it's kind of an interesting hit, and it we'll talk about it. One, I'm gonna play it first
But
here,
play it first.
and then we'll discuss. So let me call it up here. get my crack production staff on it. Okay, and that. And we'll start.
Doc moves it, and it's carried out by Barron. Justin Barron off the board, taken away. Oh, big hit by Trouba, and Barron is down.
And now Matheson goes to Trouba.
So we'll show it again. I'm gonna
Trainer Jim Ramsey, one-time the head trainer with the Montreal Canadiens. He checks out.
Okay. So here's the hit up close here. Okay, we'll let them pause it here, but there it is. And if you pause it about a half a second before, you can, like, from a different angle, it totally looks like he's nailing the kid in the head.
But so Barron is crouched down, like he is like facing down. He's 6'2".
Yeah.
And so's Trouba. So
yep.
Trouba his elbow is tucked in. It's shoulder to the chin. It looks like. So.
Okay. From this angle, it looks like elbows tucked in. I'm going to show you.
But if you go closer to the middle, Steve, you're going to be able to see the close up.
Like right there, if you can see that the elbow is initiating the contact. Like, I agree with you. The elbow's not. It's not chicken. He's not chicken wing.
It's not chicken wing.
But the elbow is still the first thing that's hitting the body.
Because to me, that's the shoulder that's hitting the face. So.
And I'll be the first to say, Justin Barron has a lot of responsibility for this hit being so bad.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think Jacob Trouba should be suspended.
No, I don't think so either. But what I'd like to talk about, and it's been in the NHL for years now, and I will tell you that I think the guy that started that was Ty Domi, where every time somebody would hit him, Ty Domi had to drop the gloves to fight the person. And now, anytime there's a big hit, somebody's got to drop the gloves to go and protect or gain the respect of their team. And if they don't, then they're vilified through social media and the media for not dropping the gloves for doing it.
Well, that even goes back to the who was the kid Moore, Steve Moore.
Steve Moore, yep. But
who didn't even do any, like, it was a legal hit.
But it was on a star and nobody did anything from Vancouver, and it was like, we need to respond.
And they ended the kid's career.
That, Ty Domi was always, you hit me, I'm going to drop the gloves. And I'm saying him because I remember as a Sens fan that when he was with the Leafs, having to do that. So to me, I'm not against fighting because I love a good fight, any hockey fight, just as much as the next guy. But I just find that every time, like, body checking is part of hockey. And if you get caught like Barron just did, well, it's on you.
Look where he's looking right now. And this is his problem.
Yeah.
Is like, and again, I have a problem with Barron on this. Like, he's watching the puck and he's got Jacob Trouba about 1.5 feet from his head.
And you need to know who's on the ice, and Trouba is known for doing this. Like, you need to know who's on the ice with you.
Yeah.
So I
But
don't
that
have a
being said,
problem with the hit.
it's funny because I agree with everything you just said, but I also put a responsibility on Trouba here. And he knows this kid's got his head down. He knows it.
But you know what?
Don't tell me the game goes fast and he doesn't know.
No,
Because
no,
look where
no.
Trouba's eyes are right now.
Yep. Oh,
He knows he's blowing this kid up.
okay. You
And
know
that's the
how
problem I
Jake
have.
Trouba gets respect on the ice? And you know how he makes his money? By hits like that. If you could
He
do a
knows
highlight,
he's going to headshot this kid. He knows
I'm not
it.
saying he doesn't. What I'm
And
saying
that's
is,
my problem. The league, okay, and this is the part where I want to come down on players in the league, similar to what the NFL has done,
yeah,
and with some success is you got to start calling shots to the head. You got to call them, and even if, like, I would not give this a 5 in a game. I wouldn't give this hit a 5 in a game because of of Barron's accountability in all of this, for sure. But Trouba knows he's gonna get this kid in the head and knock him out. Like, he knows it.
oh,
Right
he
now,
knows
he
he's gonna
knows.
crush him.
Yes.
He knows he's gonna crush him, and that's his goal. And that's how he makes his money, and that's how he gets the respect on the ice.
Okay, but and please don't do the you pansy ass want to take hitting out of the game.
No.
I don't want to take hitting out of the game. I want to take hits like this out of the game where you're blowing a kid up. Like, it does. I don't care that it's a kid. You're blowing a person up just for the sake of, because he doesn't need to do this at this point. But he's making, like you say, he's got to make his. This is how he makes his money, I believe is the quote from you.
Yep.
And you're right. But he doesn't need to blow this kid up, and he's doing it anyway because he's got to. Now, in this moment, if he knows he's going to get a penalty, now the game was on a reach at this point, but if he knows it's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final and he knows he's going to get a penalty, he's not going to do this.
No. But you know what? He's doing that because the next time he plays Montreal, or the next game that the New York Rangers are playing, players that are rushing on this side of the rink, they're going to think twice. They're going to dump it in instead of trying to deke him.
Yes, absolutely.
So they're going to dump it in the corner instead of trying to deke him, instead of trying to go by him, or they're going to pass up the puck.
Yeah.
They're going to be like the wide receiver in football with alligator arms when Mike Singletary was manning the middle of the field for the Chicago Bears.
And okay, and this is why. Well, first of all, the league will never do what I think they should do, which is penalize the headshot nature of this hit.
Mm-hmm.
They'll never do it because really, when it comes down to it, the league likes the fact that he's going to blow this kid up. The league likes it, and they ain't going to change it.
No.
But the NFL made a decision to stop this stuff, and they put in rules in place. And it took a couple years, and they still have penalties on these plays, but it's a lot better. Like, the defenseless receiver is the one I'm really have in my mind.
Yeah.
Where the line, it was usually a linebacker, is blowing up the wide receiver as he's catching the ball, and in some cases knocking these guys out.
Or a safety.
Yeah. I'm just thinking the linebacker because he's big and huge and fast, right? But they made an effort to try to get this out of the league, and it's much better now in the league without this, I think.
Yeah.
And because it's funny, everything you're saying is right, and I still say, I just don't want. I want everything that you're saying, except I just don't want him to blow this kid up like this. And the league could still be really, really awesome without Justin Barron getting creamed like he's gonna in about 10th of a second here. And I say that without putting I blame Justin Barron a lot for that. Like, what the hell are you doing, kid? What the hell? Like, he's literally watching the puck skating away, like rolling away from his stick, and he's got Jacob Trouba like this far from his freaking head.
Yeah.
I'm
But
sure he won't make that mistake again, but
no, you won't.
I don't want to see a good young player's career end on
I
something
know.
like that. And I just want to see headshots like that at least penalized. And again, no, like, I am not the guy saying suspend Trouba, get him, like, because I like the big hits. I do.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to take a kid's head out.
I understand. I hear you. I just don't think they'll ever take them out because guys like Trouba, well, one, the fans love him. And guys like Trouba, that's how they play. So, and the players are not willing to take them out. Because the players are the ones doing this, right?
Yeah.
It's not the league. Like, if you don't respect your the other players on the ice enough not to, take them out and potentially end their career with concussion.
Remember listening to Nick Kiprios talk about that on his radio or podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you try to hurt these people and you try to take them out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I want you to separate Justin Barron from that puck. I do. Like, I think that is what hitting is for.
Yes.
To my mind, that's what checking is for in hockey. Make you not have the puck anymore.
Yes.
With
But
a limited amount of punishment.
If I crush you coming down the wing, the next time, every guy on your team is going to think twice about coming down my side of the rink.
Yep.
And that's what Jacob Trouba does. And you could put a highlight of all the hits that he's done over the years.
And I can
And
tell you
that's
one
how he
thing.
makes a living.
You said the next game they play? The next game they play, Montreal is dumping that puck into Trouba's corner all night long, and they are sending their biggest, fastest forwards in to staple his butt to the boards. And I hope they do it. And Trouba, Trouba's not going to cower away from that kind of play all night.
Nope.
But like, you've got to wear him out and beat on him to make the statement too, right? Like,
So.
But that is our Jacob Trouba. I don't know. I think we've
exhausted our opinion on that.
And I don't think we're very far apart. Like,
no,
I don't dislike hitting in the game. My God, I remember sending you the video of Jackson Edward beating on a kid who ran his goalie. See, that is a lot more acceptable to me than what Jacob Trouba just did, and whatever. But we wanted to talk about the last thing tonight, and that is Mr. Caufield. Oh, Mr. Caufield, you poor guy. We need to undo that. What's going on? Stop here. Okay. There we go. Jacob Trouba has once again been traded. Oh, wow. There's another trade up, too. Wow. Hey, Boston and Florida. I just saw that.
Yes.
So I'm out on Freddie Anderson, too?
Yeah. Well, you told me you're not giving up a first-round pick. I got a first-round pick for Freddie Anderson.
Yeah, I'm glad you got a first-round pick, because I was never giving up one for Freddie Anderson. So if I'm giving up a first-round pick, it's going to be a better goalie than Freddie Anderson. I think Freddie Anderson's a decent goalie. So.
And you know what? now that we're on the subject of my trade, I need to figure out how to get a goalie of the future because I don't think I have one on my team yet. So
Well, you
that's
could have had Jonathan Quick, but I don't know how far in the future you were thinking.
I'm thinking in 3-4 years from now,
Oh yeah, that might not be Jonathan.
when the rest of my team is going to be in the DCHL and hopefully successful, thriving.
Yeah, I see. The problem was if you get one now, in 3 or 4 years, he probably won't be good, right?
Yeah.
You don't know that he'll be good.
Yeah.
So my strategy is I'm gonna wait till my team is a contender, and then I'm gonna get a contending goal somehow. Like trade away everything I can to get one.
Yeah, and that's some of the things that I'm considering. So
So
I'm
like
right
unless
now.
I have let's say my first round pick this year, there's a goalie that's worth a first round pick. Like if there was a goalie in this year's draft that was worth it at my pick, I'd consider it. This year I would consider it, where no other years I would.
Yeah,
But I feel like I've rounded up everything else. So, but the problem is you just don't know how good a goalie's going to be 3-4 years down the road.
exactly.
So,
Goalies are so unpredictable.
okay, so Cole Caufield goes to Boston, a division rival for both of us, but more of a rival for me since I played him in the playoffs the last 2 years.
Yes, but I think it was a good trade for Boston because he's acquired some good assets. But can we look at see how Boston acquired Caufield?
Yeah,
Did he
let's
give
go to
up more?
Boston's page because
Did he give up more than he got to get him? I don't think he did.
I think he got more than what he gave up.
Because Jack McBain, to me, John Beecher are two. They're going to be NHL players, but they're third, fourth liners. McBain is, developing really nicely. Beecher, Jordan Harris has got potential. Mason Lowry is a bottom six defenseman. Bottom
Well, I
pairing
think he's a
defenseman.
bottom pair. Like he's a
Yeah.
5 or a 6, I think.
Yeah, he's a 5 or 6. And Mathieu Poitras is the guy in that Boston gave up. I tried
But
to acquire him from Boston, but
what do you think
Boston,
Poitras's ceiling is, though?
I think his ceiling is a low end second line center, like a middle six forward.
Yeah, see,
Low end
I have
second,
him as a third liner, like a third line forward.
low end second. So, and he got quite a few players and Caufield. So,
Yeah,
but he got 2 late firsts, a nearly nearly third in 2026. Thomasino,
presumably.
Arvidsson, and 5 million. I think he did well. I think he gave up more DCHL players, but he got more upside.
Yeah.
But
Well, and it'll be what he gets for the other first round pick. Just add in what you gave him.
Yeah. He got a starting goalie with like he's got a really top end tandem, like not top end, but a solid tandem with Freddie Anderson and Montembeault. And they're like for like just over $4 million, 4.5
for the total for the two of them.
Yeah.
Oh well, Montembeault's getting a raise this year, though, right?
Yeah,
His
but he's
contract's
signed for a while. He's signed for a while with Boston, I think. No?
Oh, is he?
Oh no. This is his last year.
Okay. Yeah, I think Boston did well in this, and And I mean, full credit to Utah for snaking the guy. Like I think getting Cole Caufield is a win for Utah.
Yeah. And Utah is not looking like Utah acquires first round picks to get players to put in their lineup to
Yeah.
improve his lineup. And Caufield is a top 6 forward, high scoring player in the NHL. So
I think this is a good trade for both. And credit to Boston because I made an offer on Cole Caufield, which I was willing to add more, but my initial offer was Cole Kopke, who's a Boston Bruin player, Alex Killorn, who I know that Nathan had wanted in years past, and Fabian Lysell, who Nathan has asked me about in the past. And I would have gone my first round pick to get Cole Caufield. That would have been my final offer. And we never got there because Utah stepped in.
no.
So there you go.
He did well. But it's amazing how often Cole Caufield has been traded this year.
Well, I read 4 times. It's like 4
At
teams this year.
least. Well, I think it's closer to 6 because Seattle had him. So if we look back, so he's been traded, now he's with Utah from Boston, and he was traded from Seattle to Boston, right?
Well, he played preseason games in Seattle and regular season games in Seattle, and then Edmonton, and then Boston, and now Utah. So this is his 4th team, like to play games for this season.
But I think he was traded before that in the offseason.
Well, probably, yeah, because didn't he get traded to Edmonton from Seattle and then back to Seattle again? Like it was,
Yeah, I think so in the offseason.
and then to get traded back again. Like it's some crazy
So
path.
Cole Caulfield got traded to Edmonton on October 14th. So that was the trade, but he was.
Well, we're gonna call up Edmonton's trades. There's Caufield 1. There's Caufield 2.
Cole Caufield on September 12th. There was another Cole Caufield trade between Edmonton and Seattle.
Yeah. Well, there's been 2 trades of him, and I think there was a third one back in like early summer. So, I mean, okay, Zach can tell us we're both wrong.
Yeah,
but
so he's been traded at least 4 times.
Oh, for sure.
For a quality winger that scores goals at a decent salary. And he's still young. He's developing. I'm just shocked how much.
Like I said, I was willing to give up a fair amount to get him, and I certainly think that you can argue whether or not my offer was more than Utah's. I would probably say Utah's is probably a better, with the 2 first-round picks. It's probably a better trade for Nathan because he's going to be able to get something for that other first-round pick as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just bet that I know the Seattle GM is calling on that other first-round pick. But I mean, that's you kind of sit back and you watch Boston sitting at the bottom of the division and you go, yes. And then you see him make a trade like this and you go, damn it. Sorry, Nathan. I mean, we're playoff rivals, so I mean, you're allowed to shit on me sometime too, right?
You're probably going to meet him in the playoffs again.
Well, I'll be happy to, because that would mean I made the playoffs, and because I don't want to meet him on the golf course. So, okay, well,
Oh.
this is longer than what we wanted to go.
Yes. The both games have started, so I'm ready to go.
Okay, well, I say we wrap it here and we bid adieu. To you and you and you.
Have a good night, boys.